Howdy guys, in today's video with the CAD feature, we're going to be looking at our second option for the Arc tool. And this will be for FabriCAM software. But before all of that, let's have a quick intro first. So today's video can be found on softwaretraining.co.za. We make short and easy to watch problem solving videos, and we also have daily updates. Now otherwise we head into the program. Now if you guys remember from the previous video, we looked at our arc option 1, and that will be, or that was to rotate it or make your rotation around a point on your actual how can I say, a base canvas instead of it relevant to the actual shape. So in today's video, I'm going to click the arc again, click here, and then now we're going to make it relevant to the actual shape. So we go to option number 2, and now in our preview here we can see it has just gone from showing X and Y here on the base to showing it on the actual line. So now it's going to work, it's going to do it according to or relevant to your actual point A and B that you've created, or 1 and 3. So it's going to adjust it according to that and not according to the world, even though to some degree it is still according to the world, but you have more control over the depth of this arc, or the curvature of this arc, while controlling point 1 and 2. Where with the other option, if we had to go to option 1, if we want to get something exact, it gets a bit more tricky because we have to then set this origin out quite far to get the same result. So I'm going to go over this one and then quickly just demonstrate it. I'm going to go X 10. I'm going to put it just off our previous one, so a bit off, so we can see the difference. And then so that is 0.1. I'm going to leave the height the same, but bring it in a bit. And then we're going to go 0.3, which is the top one. Then I want to make this one 100 sideways, so the same, but 90 instead of 100. So now we're going to be just in here and just under that one. Now we can choose this one relevant to this curvature. So if I had to, let's say we go 50 sideways and 50 up as a base. So then we should in essence get somewhere here. So I'm going to say okay, I clearly did something wrong. Let's try that again. I'll do this quick. We'll go to option 2. Make sure you always select option 2 if you want to use option 2, because every time you go back in, it will reset it to option 1. It's good to know. So now let's go X. We're going to go 10, leave 1, 0. This one quickly we go. I want to make this 100. And then we want to set this one to 90. Give me a C, 50, 50. Okay, I got the right curve. So let's go. Maybe if we go 100 and 100, you're going to get that point. So we basically want to go, what's this, about 25, and then about, what is that, about 80. So let's try that. So X, we're going to go about 25, and let's make the other one 75, just to be safe. Say okay. There we go. We've got a bit more better curve now based off the values we set. So you kind of you can calculate it like that. You can obviously make this even less if you just go in a little bit less, or you will go more in with your X and less with your actual Y, and then you get just a slight curve if you want. Now let's say you wanted to do this same curve but in the opposite direction. Then how you go with around that without using negatives or going into negative values. You're going to go to the same thing, option 2, and I'm just going to set everything the same except for the beginning and the end. So I'm going to set this one to our X to 25 and our Y to 75, the same. But now I pretty much want to mirror X1 and, or should I say, number 1 and number 3. So previously this one was 10, so that means the actual X over here is going to be 10 now. So it's going to take number 3 point and place it here on the other point. And then number 1, we're going to now take to the top. So it's going to be 100 sideways and 90 down. Now if we say okay, it should not do that. Program's messing with me today. Let's try that once more. So we got option 2. Then this one, we're going to go I said this one is going to be 100, 90, and then 0.3. This one is now going to be 10 on the X, and then make this 75. Make it sure. Might be this one needs to be mirrored as well. Let's just see the result. There we go. Okay, so you have to mirror, seems like all of them, unless I did something wrong with that previous one. But that's how I remember it. So you basically have to mirror your values. It gets a bit confusing, but at least if you can structure the point A and point B and get the right curvature, if you then just mirror that into the opposite direction, then you get a nice inside curve. But yeah, like I said, this tool is slightly more complicated. Obviously, hopefully you've worked out your curvature beforehand. You can kind of try to figure out in the program, but keep in mind it's going to take some refining. You're probably not going to get it right the first time unless you actually know what you're doing, not like me. But yeah, otherwise that is it on the actual Arc feature or Arc tool. If we head here to softwaretraining.co.za, you guys will notice there's a variety of different softwares we do cover, and you can also isolate your search on the top right. If you do not, however, find the training videos you're looking for, just simply go here, request the training video, fill in the mini form, and then we'll do our best to try and make that for you. But otherwise, thanks guys for watching, and cheers.